just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son, at least for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor. He wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice.
I'm going to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is...
A major development in Lil Durk's legal battle emerged today. The update states, positive movement for rapper Lil Durk. Prosecutors are seeking to introduce several pages of additional evidence, which could be damaging. Yet the move is expected to push the trial further back, increasing the likelihood of a bond release or a negotiated home confinement arrangement. But to understand when he could walk free, the new allegations need to be unpacked. Authorities now assert that federal investigators believe Lil Durk was tied to the attempted hit on a Wando Rondo in 2021 at a Georgia gas station. In the evidence packet reviewed in court, it reads, surveillance material and witness accounts referencing the attempted strike on Bowman, also known as Wando, in Georgia, which indicates someone is cooperating, claiming Durk orchestrated the move on Quando at that gas station. It also includes a line, Durk's lyric, "They're on my page like Slide for Vaughn, I know they're trolling me." And in a recent podcast, Durk noted, "For some reason, I just don't see those comments anymore." They're not quoting his lyrics directly against him, but prosecutors are aligning the track's release date with the alleged Georgia incident to stack additional counts. At the same time, they appear to be pressuring DD to support their claims against Durk, while DD is attempting to detach himself entirely, telling prosecutors, "None of the evidence tied to Durk applies to me."
And that's what DD did. He's basically saying all this evidence y'all got against Durk got nothing to do with me. Why you got me charged with Durk? And that doesn't mean he's going against Durk. That just means he wants his case severed. And I'm telling you, if it's severed, it helps Durk. Because one of the main connective tissue to this conspiracy is saying that Durk told DD to hire. DD's saying, I ain't get told to hire nobody. And I ain't hiring nobody. What are you talking about? Why would I hire someone? That's his thing.
The next segment of evidence stems from the FI message group thread, which makes it fairly clear who the cooperating witness may be. It states, Lil Durk faces allegations from federal prosecutors that he ordered retaliation on All Black members for failing to act following King Vaughn's death. Prosecutors intend to present testimony from a witness who says Durk delivered the command. According to them, Durk wanted specific All Black members targeted after refusing to move forward in response to Vaughn's passing. The documents read that defendant Durk Banks clashed with an All Black affiliate named Marna Duke over Banks' belief that members of the set were not responding appropriately to Bennett's death, also known as King Vaughn. WAC 100 would later weigh in, exposing what he says is the truth behind those stepping forward to testify against Durk.
Life, by basically saying he's guilty for hire. And the only thing that, like, yes, some of these things look suspect. Why'd you go there? Why are these people going there? Why'd you send this message? But nothing. There's no message that they got that says where Durk says, y'all that Quando yet? Nothing says that.
No, you missing the point.
Okay.
They got a witness already cooperating on that. Been had one. We just ain't seen what they said. It's 3 years. One of the cooperating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, fact. That's co-conspirator too.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't need too much more than that. One of is cooperating. Then in the paperwork, you got the conversation. They say they had it in and out. The other 2 was figuring out how they getting paid.
After prosecutors concluded presenting the latest additions, Durk's legal team took the floor to formally submit their petition for his release. That portion of the hearing produced reports that comments from Durk's father supported the push for bond. With this marking the 3rd attempt, his attorney delivered a proposal designed to be too strong for the court to dismiss.
Just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son, at least for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor. He wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's going to give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
Supporters online are encouraged to engage if they want to see Durk walk free, as prosecutors unexpectedly discarded some of the evidence that could ultimately benefit him. Coverage of the hearing stated, during today's proceedings, prosecutors informed the judge they were voluntarily eliminating portions of evidence while reading it aloud before the courtroom. Observers speculated on how this shift would influence the remainder of the bond hearing, especially after prosecutors openly announced they intended to remove material that includes Durk's lyrics saying they had an addy, got a location, turn on the news and see your son screaming no, while simultaneously presenting the segment referencing Wondo's outcry.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Keep in mind, the prosecutors discarding that evidence is a major advantage for Lil Durk. But the timing of how they did it, right after Durk submitted his bond application, knowing the judge was already weighing it, raises serious questions. Standing before the court and essentially saying, here's the material we gathered, but we're choosing not to use it anymore, plants a thought the judge won't forget when making the final decision. Even Durk's attorney was visibly frustrated. After the hearing, he spoke publicly, calling the charges laughable, stressing that the government built its case almost entirely on lyrics, and now they weren't even relying on those.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Ack. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
As the session wrapped up with so many unexpected developments, the judge announced he needed several days before issuing a ruling. But before that decision could be finalized, federal agents secured yet another cooperating witness against Durk, this time a high-ranking F member named Vonnie. His updated records showed he was no longer listed in the Bureau of Prison System, strongly suggesting he'd been released, possibly under house arrest. Once free, Vonnie managed to access a phone. He messaged someone close to him, but that individual turned around and exposed every detail. Vonnie wrote, "I'm trying to plea out on a 32, the base level for M4 higher. Max is 43 to life. I get -2 points for a plea, -1 for early plea, -2 for no background. That puts me at 27 points, about 5 to 7 years. It's better than risking trial. I might catch an elbow, and I don't want what happened to the mother boys happening to me." When he referenced the mother boys, he was talking about F-Jam, something explained later in the case summary. But the most unusual turn came that night. Osha Vonnie's own father stepped forward and cooperated, claiming his son played a significant role in King Vaughn's death, and alleging Durk was aware.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door, and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, "Is it open?" Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Vaughn? Like King Vaughn?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, "Was it open?" This is what he asked him. Was it open? It was the exact words. Was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Vaughn? No way. That was right in there.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told on Vaughn before.
These revelations sparked DJ academics to question why Durk would have wanted King Von gone in the first place. He pointed out that official documents confirm King Vaughn was tied to an open case with Durk stemming from the varsity incident. Since the two were jointly charged, Vaughn's death prevented the case from advancing to trial. It was ultimately resolved privately, creating speculation that Durk could have negotiated a discreet agreement with authorities, placing responsibility on Vaughn, who was no longer alive to stand trial.
But why would Durk want Vaughn?
All right, man. Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table when I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
Dude was
thing.
a slack. He was signing the boys. Vaughn wasn't no slack.
That's interesting. I did find out that Vaughn didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that.
I mean, come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, You think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He got a public defender.
This led to a viral post reading, Vonnie's dad leaking that Durk had Von handled makes me wonder why Durk always jumped on IG Live whenever someone passed. He went live immediately after King Vaughn, Lab, and FBG Duck all died. Investigators now theorize that Durk may use IG Live as a real-time alibi, a way to show he was nowhere near any incident if law enforcement ever questioned him. Meanwhile, Osha Van's father, furious that his son chose to cooperate federally, doubled down on his claims surrounding King Vaughn's fate. Another post stated, Alvin's father says Vonnie orchestrated Lil Pab and King Vaughn's deaths, and if that's true, it could clear Lil Durk in his upcoming trial.
No, he ain't take my advice. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages, like that's.
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
But that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text messages was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that, and that. And with me saying Vaughn, some people like, damn, what he gonna tell on some words on Vaughn?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Vaughn name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Vaughn. You gonna tell it just like you orchestrated Lil Pab. You orchestrated this, and guess who you work for?
But Vonnie wasn't the only one cooperating. Attention quickly shifted to what DD's younger brother had done, a revelation so shocking that artists online were pleading, please tell me this isn't real. Unfortunately, it was. The evidence packet outlining the cooperation dropped today, starting with newly released bodycam footage of Lil Ted. The footage showed him desperately offering to testify against Durk and the F members, a development that rattled the entire case. Durk's legal team immediately filed for additional time on their bond submission, leaving everyone asking, what exactly did Lil Ted tell federal agents? As DD's younger brother, and someone deeply connected to Durk, he had access to nearly everything. Whatever DD confided in him over the years may now be in government hands. Ted had been detained at a local convenience store after officers found a firearm tucked into his jeans.
Really? Dude had it. What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
Moments later, as Ted was transported to the station, but before even entering the building, the bodycam captured him in tears, pleading with police, I'll tell you all everything about the passings. He hoped full cooperation would spare him a jail booking, but it was already far too late.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
I tell you about everything. I swear to God, I tell you, I will tell you, please, I swear, please.
Once placed into a holding cell, Lil Ted was recorded crying uncontrollably, eager to reveal everything he could in exchange for being released. He was willing to give up anything he knew just to avoid staying behind bars. Viewers online debated whether they would fold under the same pressure.
Hey, hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 7 what you saying, man? We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright? We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus from prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get the.
And with DD being the older brother, no one truly knows what crimes were shared between them over the years. So when reports surfaced that someone with the family name was cooperating, everyone initially assumed DD was the informant. Despite how grim it all looked, Durk still had a strong chance at securing release thanks to his lawyer's strategic moves. It was confirmed that Durk filed a new motion to dismiss on the grounds that the second superseding indictment was too vague. Alternatively, if dismissal was denied, the defense demanded a bill of particulars outlining the coded phrases, the alleged bounty, the exact timing, the audience involved, and the circumstances around each claim. In short, Durk's attorneys were asking prosecutors to show their cards. Where was the supposed bounty Durk allegedly placed on Quando Rondo? What reward or musical opportunity did he supposedly offer All Black members? When did it happen? In a typical M4 hire case, this would all be disclosed by now, yet prosecutors withheld everything. Durk's team believed that meant the government didn't actually have the evidence. And within just 12 hours, something alarming occurred. Lil Durk was reportedly sent to solitary confinement after a correctional officer claimed to find a phone in his cell.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS. And right now we're going to show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of BS.
This led many to believe federal authorities were retaliating after being embarrassed by Durk's legal team in court. But upon deeper investigation, another narrative surfaced. Reports stated the Chicago rapper was involved in an altercation inside the facility. The news triggered Lil Baby to tweet, "I don't care about nothing else but Durk right now. Free the bro." The streets quickly pieced together what might have transpired. It began with a post stating that Lil Durk's day had been killed the previous night in Chicago. Multiple members connected to him were being targeted, including the recent loss of THF Bayou. This raised a new question: who was seeking revenge against F? Fans noticed that on the same day the losses occurred, both Wando and Lil Tim conducted separate interviews, yet they were released on the exact same day. Some called it coincidence. Others believed it was orchestrated to prevent investigators from scrutinizing them for a potential hit on Durk.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like that could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
No, like shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, shit, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f him and shit like that, cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.